Hello, good evening. My name is Minjun, and today I'm presenting my findings for my Python datasets. So the URLs will be taken from the government for Singapore datasets regarding land or transportation data. The first one will be fare for express bus services. Second one is civil aircrafts regarding arrivals and departures for passengers. The third one will be the monthly taxi populations by companies, and the fourth will be certificate of entitlement bidding results. So the first one, the reason why I picked express bus services is because I have never took express bus before, so it'll be interesting to take a few insights using Python. So I'll be focusing only on all the columns except workfare transport concession card. The reason is because for this column it increases exponentially with each row, so it cannot be displayed in the histogram properly. So this is the columns used for histogram, and this is what the graph displays. So for students, the value 93 is repeated many times in the Excel spreadsheet, but you cannot detect the first 5 because they are all different numbers, and there's only one repetition in total for each of them. As for senior citizens and people with disabilities, their pattern is similar. However, people with disabilities need to pay more money than senior citizens. As for card fare, it's the highest, followed by adults. So for this part, I'll be using n smallest to return the two smallest number. The reason why I do this is because I want to set the second smallest cost as the standard for my rides in express bus if possible, because I don't know what to expect from express bus. So using this, I find the cash fare per ride second smallest and the adult card fare ride second smallest. So for this section, the second smallest for x1 underscore 3 variable is 265, so that's around $2.65. Whereas for adult card fare second smallest, I actually had the smallest and the second smallest, which is 152 and 162, because it's very hard to look at the adult card fare side, so I wanted to print these two out. So for the cash fare per ride, the distance can be up to 11.2 kilometers, so might as well be 5/6 of the ride. Whereas for the adult card fare, if I want to pay for the second smallest, I can only ride up to 4.2 kilometers of bus travel. So that is it for my histogram. Now I'll be moving on to the second data set. I'll be looking at bar chart for the line graph for this one. So this is what it looks like. Originally there are two CSVs. The other one is for mails. Mail involved in arrivals and departures. So I only splice out 2015 to 2019 for the chart. I do not want to use 2020 because I could not fit it inside the line graph. So I have used two keywords because I want to create two multiple line plots. So one that contains total passengers, the other one contains total aircrafts. For the Y values, they'll be containing the passengers and aircrafts. For the X values, they contain Panda's date range, using all 12 of the months as month names. So this is what the line plots looks like for total passengers, and this is what it looks like for total aircrafts arrival and departures from 2015 to 2019. So you can see here there are sharp drops during February for both, and quite noticeably the largest increase for December. So what you can expect is that in a situation where you have total aircrafts as the least, and the passengers as the least as well, you will expect less traffic, less fuel required, less maintenance required, whereas for something like December, more maintenance, traffic, and fuel to be expected. So for dataset number 3, this will be certificate of entitlement for cars, motorcycles, buses, goods carrying vehicles. Now this 4 only represents category A to D, but E is an open category that applies to all of the above. And there's much more premiums involved in E, so that'll be interesting. So the columns involved are quota, successful bids, received bids, and premium. The coverage is 10 years worth of data. So for this CSV, I'll be using a bar chart as well as scatter plot. So I spliced out only 2019s because I want to use this as the predicament for 2020 and 2021's worth of data. This is the latest data. I only used the first bit of the month. The reason why I split up January to June and July to December up is because I do not want to combine them, otherwise it will make the graph smaller and difficult to take insights from. So this is the graph for 2019 premiums, first bidding of the month from January to June. As you can see, motorcycles are specifically the lowest premiums. They have the lowest premiums all the way from January to December. For this plot, I can see that there is quite the left distribution from May to Jan. You can imagine there's quite the line going up from January to May, and then a slight drop to June. Now, as you can see, A and C, which is goods carrying vehicles and buses, they are quite close to each other. Until May, where you can see that there's an increase in prices, increase in premiums for cars that have different specs. As for open categories, there's also an increase from January to May. For July to December, the increases and decreases have been constant, so it's nothing much to derive from this part of the plot. But you can see that category B, which is higher spec cars, have almost the same numbers as open categories. So for the scatter plot, I'll be looking at motorcycles for the first bit of the month, specifically from 2015 to 2019. There will be 2 scatter plots. One is successful bids versus premiums. The other one will be successful bids versus quota for the bids. So this is the premiums versus successful bids, and as you can see, it is a negative relationship, but the reliability of this part of the data is quite low because the variance is quite high. As you can see, the data sets are the data is all over the place. So this is the second scatter plot, which is to look at quota and successful bids. And as you can see, the variance is quite low, so it's quite possible to rely more of this data, since less of the data deviate. Not much of the data has deviated from this section, so the reliability of this data is quite high, and it almost has a perfect positive correlation. So the final dataset I'll be using covers box plot, I'll be using comfort only because it represents the main body of the taxi population out of the 9 types, which are covered monthly from 2005 to 2017. This is what the Excel spreadsheet looks like. And this is the date time splicing as again from 2012 to 2017. The issue is that I do not want to include 2017 in the first box plot. I want to include in the second one because I'll be explaining that one later. So the first box plot is 2012 to 2006. And as you can see from the box plot, it is left distributed for 2012, 13 and 15, whereas for 14 and 16 they are normally distributed because the median is in the middle. However, for 2014 you can easily see that there's an outlier here, so it is quite hard to determine if 2014 is really normally distributed or not. But you can see that there's a constant increase from 2012 to 2006. Sorry, consistent, not constant increase. So when I include 2017, as you can see, it is a massive drop from the previously mentioned 2016, and because the data spread for 2017 box plot is so large that it influences the sizes of the other box plot, which is hard to derive the insights from. So as you can see, 2017 also has a leftly distributed data part of data. So that'll be all for this this presentation. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Thank you very much.